Morning again. So we were talking about drill bits, and we've got some drill bits that we need to sharpen, but there's some things that we need to go over first that are more important than sharpening this drill bit. And this is safety, and I can't stress this enough. Obviously, if you're here in front of this grinder, you've got to have safety glasses on in the class. Once you come into an active lab, you better have your safety glasses on. That's to protect you, because you're the best safety device for you there is. You can't depend on instructors or anybody else to take care of your safety. Your safety is your responsibility. Okay, this is one of the more dangerous tools in the shop. If I was to talk about, and I do machining, so if I'm talking about lathes and mills and everybody gets scared of those things are generally a lot safer because I'm away from the tool. What I mean is my hands and everything are away from the tool. Not so with this bench grinder. This thing will leave a horrid wound if you get hooked up with it. This is a grinding wheel, and it is a cutter. Now, a few things you got to remember about it, and we're not going to get into changing the wheels. I'll leave that to your instructors. We have a coarse and a fine wheel, a fine and a coarse wheel. We got to look at the general safety though. First of all, you see that the shields are here and they're operable. That's a good thing, and you need to have these down. These are just a semi-protection to keep things off of you. First and foremost is your safety glasses. The next thing is the tool rest. You notice I'm going to mess with it, but I know it's off. I also know it's unplugged. The disconnect's off. There is no power to this entire system of grinders, so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Don't just come in here and assume that things are right. Always check it out for yourself. I rotate the wheel and I notice that there's no interruptions, nothing's hitting. Then I look at the gap. This is called the tool rest. And I notice that the gap here, it's a 1/16 of an inch. And that is about an 1/8 of an inch. That's stretching a little bit. You want to have the gap a 1/16 of an inch or less. The reason why is that you don't want anything. You get a great big wide gap and you can get a finger in there, it will get real ugly real quick. You'll be making a trip to the hospital. So I'm going to adjust this. Now I left my wrenches over on the other table, so I'll go over there in just a minute. I'm going to figure out what I need to do. I need to bring this forward. I need to bring this forward. I noticed that both the side shields are on. Run them with the side shields on. The spark arrestor here is adjusted and it's fine. It's going to clear. This is to catch anything that happens to come around from landing on you, possibly burning you. So I'm going to go over, get my wrenches. I'm going to adjust these up. I'll plug this thing in and I'm going to go through the dressing a wheel and how to sharpen a drill bit. Thanks, sir. You still rolling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Luckily, my cameraman was way ahead of me. He is. I'm like $2 a day, like $1 short, but that's just my lot in life. Now I'm going to bring this up. What would happen if it touched? Well, the grinder's going to start up and power up anyway, and what it's going to do is grind away whatever's touching there. So you're automatically going to put clearance on it. Not the best thing in the world for the tool rest. And you can hear it hitting. There we go. I'm going to bring it out just a little bit. Again, maintenance of your tools is important. Maintenance of the equipment that your employer owns is important. Your employer is watching you all the time. If he sees you taking care and maintaining his equipment, that makes him happy, which generally makes your paycheck bigger. If you're going to abuse his tools and that, well, don't be surprised if your toolbox starts walking closer to the door every day. Pretty soon it's on the other side of the door, along with you. You got a lot of investment in tools. Now these are not precision grinders. This is good for sharpening drill bits, lathe tools, things like that. This is not anything that you would do any form of precision work on. And by that I mean in the thousandths of an inch range or that. This is in the 1/8 inch range. But what it does what it's designed for. Now, I've had this argument, I haven't had the argument before, but some people will call the bench grinder. Some people call it pedestal grinder. You know what the difference between the bench grinder and pedestal grinder is? If I mounted this to that pedestal over there, it'd be a pedestal grinder. If I got it mounted to this, it's a bench grinder. Plain and simple. Where it's hooked to. Oh, yeah. Now again, don't get crazy. Don't need a cheater bar on this. Don't get farmer tied on it. This is an aluminum casting, so you'll strip the threads out if you get over tight. Not to, you know, it's going to happen anyway eventually. But save your instructor some grief. Okay, I'm gonna plug this thing in. Okay, now I'm going to stand off to the side, because if anything's going to happen, the wheel breaks, it's going to happen now. Okay, it's not going to happen because the wheel would have already broken. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back.